Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
Thousands of pro-lifers participated in the 27th Annual Pro-Life National March for Life in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada on Thursday, May 9, 2024. This year's March for Life was attended by a massive crowd. There was police protection from a small number of counter-protesters. This year's theme was, "I will never forget you." The crowd was addressed on Parliament Hill by several speakers including Abby Johnson and 40 Days for Life's Sean Carney. Several members of Parliament stood at front together with religious leaders. Some Catholic bishops were present on the Hill, including Archbishop Marcel Damphouse, who celebrated Mass for the march at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Ottawa, with several bishops and priests concelebrating. Another Mass for the march was held at St. Patrick's Basilica with retired Archbishop Prendergast presiding. The Ukrainian Catholic Andrei Sheptytsky Institute said the closing prayer. On Ascension Thursday, May 9, Pope Francis officially announced the Jubilee of 2025. He delivered to the archpriests of the papal basilicas the papal bull, entitled, "Hope Does Not Disappoint," for the Jubilee. This document revealed that the Jubilee of Hope will begin on December 24, with the opening of the Holy Door in St. Peter's Basilica and end on January 6, 2026. Diocesan churches around the world can hold a celebration to open the Holy Year locally on December 29. After the Jubilee announcement, Pope Francis presided over Vespers. In his reflection, he challenged everyone to use this year of prayer ahead of the Jubilee to become singers of hope in a world marked by too much despair. In the bull the Pope wrote, "If we really wish to prepare a path to peace in our world, let us commit ourselves to remedying the remote causes of injustice, settling unjust and unpayable debts, and feeding the hungry." The first sign of hope should be the desire for peace in our world, which once more finds itself immersed in the tragedy of war. May the Jubilee remind us that those who are peacemakers will be called children of God. The need for peace challenges us all, and demands that concrete steps be taken. May diplomacy be tireless in its commitment to seek, with courage and creativity, every opportunity to undertake negotiations aimed at a lasting peace. An armed priest, named Father Milan Pokovic, age 59, was detained at one of the entrances to St. Peter's Square hours before the Regina Caeli on Sunday, May 5. Italian police officers arrested him on Sunday morning, hours before the Pope's prayer. The priest was dressed in a cassock at one of the entrances to Peter's Square in the Vatican, armed with a compressed air pistol, 2 knives, a cutter, and a screwdriver. This is the second time in a week that someone has been arrested at the Vatican with weapons in their bag. It was at 9 a.m. on Sunday, as the 59-year-old priest, originally from the Czech Republic, was in line with the other faithful. Then, shortly before passing under the metal detector, he was seen by officers from the Borgo police station, passing a bag to another person. That gesture made the police suspicious, who after opening the bag, found a small arsenal. In addition to the compressed air gun, without the red cap, there were also 2 knives, a cutter, and a screwdriver. Faced with that embarrassing discovery, the priest tried to justify himself by explaining that the bag was not his, but belonged to the man who was with him, one of the faithful with whom he had arrived in Rome on pilgrimage. The two were taken to the police station for checks. The priest and the 60-year-old man who was with him said the weapons were only for personal defense, fearing they would be attacked during the trip to Rome. The priest was reported for illegal possession of weapons. However, no action was taken for the other man who was with him. But the investigation continues to seek to clarify why the priest was carrying the bag with the weapons in the first place, before passing it to the other man once he arrived at the controls. It is not clear, for example, whether it was the 60-year-old who asked the priest to carry the bag, in the hope of passing through using the cassock. The Catholic Church in Botswana, Africa, is mourning the loss of their beloved bishop of the Diocese of Francistown. Bishop Anthony Pascal Rebello, of the Society of Divine Word, died suddenly on Saturday, May 1, in the morning during Holy Mass. In a Saturday afternoon statement, the Vicar General of the Diocese of Francistown confirmed the passing of Bishop Rebello, who was 74 years old. Botswana is a member of the Southern African Catholic Bishops' Conference. The Southern African Catholic Bishops' Conference's president, Bishop Sithembu Anton Sepuka, said, "The news of the unexpected passing away of Bishop Anthony Rebello reached us. We are shocked and sad about this news. On behalf of the Bishops' Conference, I extend heartfelt condolences to the Diocese of Francistown, the Society of Divine Word, and his biological family. May all be consoled by the fact that Bishop Rebello was a humble man of strong and exemplary faith who we believe is now in the company of his risen Lord. May you all be consoled, and may Bishop Rebello rest in peace," said the president. On July 5, 2021, Pope Francis appointed Bishop Anthony Rebello, referred to in some circles as Bishop Tony, as the local ordinary of Botswana's Diocese of Francistown. He took over from Archbishop Franklin Atiz Nabwesa, who was transferred to the Diocese of Gaborone in 2019. Before becoming Bishop of Francistown, Rebello served as parish priest of the Holy Cross Mogaditshane Parish of Gaborone Diocese in Botswana. He began his ministry as a missionary to Botswana in 2003. Bishop Rebello, who comes from Fatorda, Goa, was born on March 18, 1950, in Nairobi, Kenya. He entered the Society of the Divine Word in 1969, completing his novitiate in Khurda, Madhya Pradesh, in India. He was ordained a priest in Goa on May 10, 1977. Divine Word priest Father Gabriel Afigbaji was hosting the bishop in his parish. However, the bishop was staying at Johann Mokolobetsi, an outstation of the main parish. Father Gabriel said Bishop Rebello's sudden death was unexpected. He hadn't been sick nor complained about anything amiss, health-wise. Botswana Catholics wrote that Bishop Anthony Rebello arrived at Toddy Siding around lunchtime and the community had organized lunch for everyone to join with the bishop. Early evening, he was in the home of a church member to pray the rosary, followed by some teaching. He accompanied the faithful in a rosary walk, which he had planned with the community, from the church compound to the Marian Grotto, at the main parish center grounds, at Tenoda, an over 20 kilometers walk. Arriving at the grotto, all gathered for the celebration of the Eucharist to conclude the prayer walk. The bishop was seated after the gospel reading while another priest was delivering the homily. He seemed to have felt dizzy and collapsed. Some of the members of the congregation quickly attended to him. They brought him some water and fruit juice, of which he drank a bit and looked revived. Some members remained with him where he lay resting. The priest brought him the Eucharist, which after receiving, he was helped to walk to the parish house to rest. After Mass, the nurse on duty said there didn't seem to be life in the bishop anymore. However, she put him on oxygen in the meantime and called the doctor on duty. When they got to a clinic, the doctor arrived, examined the bishop, and pronounced him dead. He looked as if he was just sleeping peacefully. Death is painful for loved ones left behind. The priest wrote, "I feel and can only think that our confrere had prepared and was prepared for the journey his spirit has embarked on. May his gentle soul rest in God's peace."
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.